Hey y'all, it's Callie and welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. It is actually currently Tuesday. I kind of ended last week's vlog yesterday on Monday, so kind of late, kind of on time. Anyways, I am super excited. Today is another super busy week. We'll see how much I can update. I have orientation next week on Tuesday, which is crazy to think about. I'm leaving for France and I will be there for 10 days, so not a whole lot of updating in these next few weeks. In Cry the Beloved Country by Alan Patton, I am on page 230 and I'm so done. I have about 70 or 80 pages left and I just can't wait to be done with it. I'm going to try to sit down and read a whole bunch of this one today. And then in A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab, I am on page 587. I'm so close to finishing. I'm definitely going to finish this one today and I cannot wait. I can't tell how I feel about this. I really enjoy a lot of aspects, but I'm realizing more as the book continues that my issue with the series is that I love each book individually, but they don't really seem to connect very well, at least in that's how I feel. I love the characters and I love the arcs we get to see of them, but I don't really think they connect that much. They kind of feel like it shouldn't have been a series. I don't know, I'm still really enjoying it and I'm interested to see how it's gonna end. Hey y'all, it is Wednesday afternoon and I quickly wanted to update you guys on the reading I have done recently. So in A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab, I finished it yesterday. I really enjoyed it, but again, it doesn't connect and I liked the ending. I finished it yesterday, couldn't tell you anything about it. It was just kind of like everything wrapped up with a bow. I pretty much enjoyed it, but I gave it kind of like a 3.54 stars because it was enjoyable and fun and I really liked all the conflicts and everything, but it just wasn't memorable and didn't really seem to connect as well with the other books in the series. After that, I picked up the audiobook for Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver and I'm already on page 269. I'm over halfway through. This is terrible. Stereotype central, because it's all about this high school senior who just wants to skip school all the time and she drinks with her friends and she's gonna lose her virginity to her boyfriend for the first time. Like, so obnoxious. All of these characters I just want to hit over the head, which is kind of ironic because it just handles everything really terribly and I just don't like it at all. This is just, it's not good. Just an FYI. I would not suggest picking this up. It's one of those Groundhog Day-like things where they're reliving the same thing over and over again. Blah blah blah. Terrible. Would not suggest. I'm gonna finish it, but I'm gonna give it probably 1 or 2 stars maximum, unless something really good happens, which does not seem to be happening. I liked maybe one quote in the first half that I read and hated a lot more than that, so that's where I'm at on this one. And then in Cry the Beloved Country by Alan Patton, I'm on page 242, just making my way through. I really don't like this much at all. It's really slow and I can see where it's like this thought-provoking, really good book, but I don't know. I'm just not enjoying it. It's really slow. The writing is really difficult to trudge through and trying to pick it up at 11 o'clock when I'm trying to go to sleep. I get through maybe a chapter, which is like a maximum of 10 pages, so that's where I'm at on this one as well. And then, I don't know if I've told you guys yet, but I picked up the e-arc for a book Belly Up by Ava Deros that I got from NetGalley. It's all about a teen pregnancy. I'm kind of enjoying it, kind of not. I'm liking the really good commentary it's making about how it is totally okay and how it can just kind of happen, but at the same time very naive young character. I'm not really liking parts of it, and it just seems to be kind of what you would expect if you heard about a teen pregnancy in a story. It's the main focus, and it's exactly what you would expect. High performing student, one night at a party, happened to be drunk, happened to hook up with this random guy they don't know. Like, it's just very stereotypical. I'm about 100 pages through that one, so about a third of the way through. It's good, and I'm gonna keep reading it, but it's not anything fantastic that I feel like everybody's gonna need to rush out and pick up as soon as it comes out. Hey y'all, it is Friday night, and I just quickly wanted to update you guys on the whole lot of reading that I was able to get done while I was at orientation. I had a really great time. It was jam-packed days. I met so many new friends. I even talked a little bit of books. We were talking about All the Boys I've Loved Before, and someone was comparing the book to movie. And so we talked about it for a little bit. It was so much fun. I had a great time, and I actually got a surprising amount of reading done, so let's get into it. On Wednesday, when we went out of town on the car ride, I finished Cry, the Beloved Country by Alan Paton. I'm going to give this one 2 stars. I could see where the commentary it was making, which was very wonderful for the time it was written, and it was just an overall pretty good book in terms of the message and everything. The writing style was so difficult, and I couldn't connect with the characters, and I just think I didn't pick it up at the right time. Overall, it was an okay book, but because I just trudged through it and didn't enjoy my time reading it at all, I give it 2 out of 5 stars. And then I managed to finish the audiobook for Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. Gave this 1 star. Listened to it for the sake of listening to it to get it off of my shelves. Characters were terribly cliche, terrible in general, terrible people. So rude. I don't know how they stayed friends with the people they considered friends. It's about this girl who was reliving every day, or reliving the day she died over and over again and kind of coming to terms with it. Honestly, do I remember how it ended? No. I couldn't really care. I didn't care about the characters. They weren't at all likable, not a single one of them. They all had major, major, major flaws, and not in a good way, not in a realistic way, because there were so many of them, and they were just so crazy that I just didn't really appreciate it as much as I was expecting to. I went into it knowing absolutely nothing, so you kind of get what you get. In the ebook Belly Up, I'm still reading that, and I'm on page 134. I'm enjoying it. I'm still going to continue to read it. It'll probably just be a solid 2.5, 3-star book. Just an enjoyable read. Not necessarily anything fantastic. I found a few issues with it already. Just not feeling realistic, even though it might be it's more realistic than others, but at the same time there are some parts that are just not very believable. And then the next audiobook I picked up was Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. I'm on page 103, a good chunk of the way through. This is a lot more explicit than I was at all expecting, but it's kind of interesting. It is following I believe, but I'm not sure, one character who is also reflecting back on his life. He's in his 90s in a kind of nursing home and kind of struggling with being able to think but not move, and he hears about this circus that is coming to town, and he can see it all going down, and he actually worked on a circus when he was in his 20s, I believe, and so this is kind of following him on the journey, and it all kind of starts his flashbacks when another man mentions water for elephants. It is just really interesting so far. I'm interested to see how it's going to go and how the 2 timelines are going to connect a little bit more, because right now it just seems like 2 completely different timelines. And then the next physical book I picked up was Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. I'm so excited. I am on page 40. Loving it already. Loving that we go straight into the adventure and straight into the like impactful craziness. I just love the characters, love all the different storylines, and I can't wait to see how everything connects. When I realized that it was just Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and then Kingdom of Ash, I was like, well, I have to read Empire of Storms to get that much closer to finishing the series, finding out what all the hype is about, and not being spoiled anymore. I'm so excited. I love Selena, and I love Manon, that's how you say it, and I'm really enjoying this, and I can't wait to read more. Tomorrow I'm doing absolutely nothing but maybe some reading, lots of packing. I leave for France in 4 days, and I have 1 pair of shoes packed, so that shows you how prepared I am for that. So it's gonna be a lot of packing, but I can listen to lots of audiobook. I am just going to be sleeping to catch up. Registration and everything was stressful, and we didn't get a lot of sleep because we had really late nights and really early mornings, but I am super excited to read some more. I was kind of in a mini slump, especially when I was reading Cry the Beloved Country, but I am now reading Empire of Storms and really just wanting to read physically a lot more, and I'm super excited about that. Hey y'all, it's Saturday afternoon, and I quickly wanted to update you guys on the whole lot of reading I have done in the last little bit. So last I updated, I was listening to the audiobook for Water for Elephants, and I ended on page 134, but it was getting really explicit and I wasn't really enjoying it. And explicit in a way that was uncomfortable. Like in Sarah J. Maas's books, I'm totally comfortable with the sex scenes, but this was just making it really weird and just strange, and I wasn't appreciating it. So I realized I don't have to continue reading it. So I am DNFing this one. Just know ahead of time, if you're going to pick this one up, that it is explicit, very much so, and it's weird, and it grossed me out a little bit. So after that, I picked up the audiobook for The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I am so incredibly excited. My hold finally came through, so I was able to loan it through the library, and I'm already 8 hours and 30 minutes through it. I have like 3.5 hours left. I'm loving it. I will definitely either finish it today or tomorrow, probably today if I'm being honest. And it is just so good. I am loving all of the commentary. I'm learning a lot of new perspectives and comments that I hadn't ever thought about. I'm just really, really enjoying it. It is such a fantastic book, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen to Star. The trial or jury or whatever is about to happen, so it's all very intense. It's all about this girl, if you had no idea. It's named Star, who saw her best friend get killed by a cop after a party one night, and all of the repercussions going from there. She lives in what she calls the ghetto, but she of course does not enjoy when other people call it that, which is very understandable. But she also goes to the rich white private school, so it's kind of about her not really feeling like she fits into either, so plays a big part of it. It's interesting to see how her relationships with her family and friends plays out, and it's just really good, and I totally understand why everybody loves it so much. And then in Empire of Storms, I haven't really read that much at all. I'm on page 47 or chapter 4, working my way through. I'm definitely gonna sit down and read a bunch in a little bit. I have been listening to lots of audiobook, getting lots of things done and such, but I'm ready to sit down and just read for a long time, so I think that's what I'm gonna do next. Hey y'all, it's Sunday night, and I quickly wanted to update you guys on the little bit of reading that I have done in the last day or so. So in Empire of Storms, I've been reading a little bit more. I'm on page 97. Tonight, I'm really just gonna sit down and read as much as possible. I'm loving the story. I really want to try to finish this before I head out on Tuesday afternoon, so I can take a different book with me instead, but I'm not sure how well that's gonna go. I'm gonna try my best, but who knows? Last night I finished the audiobook for The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I absolutely loved all of the commentary it made. It was just so much fun, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars for sure. And then the next audiobook I picked up was The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. I am already on page 100. This is like a 40-hour audiobook. So I'm just going to try to make my way through it as best I can. I'm not really interested in it right now. I'm gonna keep going, see what I think. In another few hours I might just go ahead and read it all. I haven't decided yet, since it is part of a series. I'm hesitant to continue on, especially if I'm bored, but we'll see how it goes. Who knows what will happen. And then I finished the ebook for Belly Up by Ava Darrows. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I just had so much fun reading it. It sucked me in at the end and I couldn't stop reading it, which is why I finished it today. And then the next ebook I have through my library that I'm going to focus on is Anne of the Island, the 3rd book in the Anne of Green Gables series. It was available through my library, so I thought I might as well go ahead and pick it up since I'm going out of town, just to make my way through another classic, another quick, easy book. If not, I have plenty of other ebooks that I can read, e-arcs. I got an iTunes gift card for my birthday, so of course I used it for iBooks. I've got a lot of different options, and this is just the one I am choosing to focus on for the moment. I hope you guys have enjoyed this week's reading vlog. I will see you guys in the next one. If you liked this one, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!